Hi everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel, and thank
Hello.
you so much for joining us on this Thursday night live stream, Z Talks episode 17. And today I'm not joined by just one brand new guest to the channel. I'm joined by three new guests to the channel, and that is Jason, the Old Millennial, Norin Radd89, and Mike, Cinema Axeman. So yeah, how you doing, fellas?
Good.
Very good. Great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Been wanting to get you guys on channel for a while. I'm not sure what's going on with Jason. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Yeah, we're just wondering what was going on, Jason. So yeah,
I don't know.
But yeah, so for anyone who's brand new, I host a weekly live stream called Z Talks every Thursday. I try to get different guests on every week. Sometimes you might see some familiar faces. But yeah, today is three brand new faces to the channel. So I'm going to go through my guests one by one, allow them a chance to introduce themselves and just plug their channel, and we'll kind of get into your guys' comments. So yeah, feel free to leave any comments and we will certainly get to them. So we'll start with on my screen order. So Jason, Jason the Old Millennial. For anyone who doesn't know you, man, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your channel and what you cover on there?
Yeah, I'm Jason the Old Millennial. I cover movies and music on there. I do a lot of rankings and lists. Music-wise, I've been doing rankings of my 100 favorite albums all time, and also ranking every single Beatles song is what I've been currently doing on music-wise. And I constantly are buying new vinyl and CDs, and I show that off on the channel. And then also movie-wise, different rankings and lists of my favorite different genres and so forth, and also buying new Blu-rays and DVDs and showing that, and just doing a lot of mini reviews of I haven't been doing too many movie reviews that come out in the theater, but more reviews of Blu-rays and DVDs that I own.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, I love doing a lot of rankings, and starting to get into live streaming and collaborating with others on there. So,
right, yeah, dude, that's awesome. And I know recently you've been collabing with Adam over at What the Gym. So yeah, shout out to Adam if he's watching right now. But yeah, I just want to say firstly, also Jason, congrats, because I know you recently hit 100 subs recently, but you've kind of surpassed that at the moment. So yeah, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, and anyone who's watching, yeah, please go subscribe to Jason's channel. He covers a lot of awesome stuff, not just music-wise, but movies. I really enjoyed your movie, like the gauntlet you've been doing, going through like everything you've seen of this year and kind of doing it in video by video.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I saw last one, you dropped one, I think it was just yesterday, was about documentaries.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there was like loads of these documentaries you mentioned, and I'm like, I've never even heard of some of these or even seen any of these. So yeah. Definitely opened my eyes. Was it 13 Lives? Is that one you mentioned?
Yeah, The Rescue, which the 13 Lives is the live action movie of that documentary that Ron Howard's doing on Amazon Prime, I believe.
Right.
But the Rescue is on Disney Plus, and it's a really good one of my favorite documentaries I've seen. Really good one.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Mike, Norin, have any of you guys seen that 13 Lives?
No, I've heard about it. I do want to see it. I've heard really good things about it.
No, not yet. I haven't seen it yet. No.
Oh, okay. So it's only just Jason, and so that's cool.
Oh yeah, everybody's like, I don't know these movies, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm reviewing stuff no one's seen, so whatever.
Right.
That's the best part about it, though, that you're sharing with them. That way they can see it now.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Because I mean, so yeah, please go subscribe over to Jason's channel, Jason the Old Millennial. Let's help him get to 150 subs. He's not too far off. So that would be awesome. And then next, I'm going to go over to Mike at Cinema Axeman. So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Mike, he does a Wednesday live stream with his good friend Pete, who shout out to Pete and Andy had forgotten all the movies. It's just Mike's always on there every Wednesday, but he does his own content. So Mike, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about Cinema Axeman and what you do on your channel?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'll just, for anyone who doesn't know why the name is Cinema Axeman, it kind of combines my two favorite things. The first being cinema, movies, and Axeman is like another name for being a guitarist.
Okay.
It combines my love of cinema and well, rock guitar music. But the channel tends to concentrate mostly on movies. So I do a lot of Blu-ray pickups. Like you say, I do the live streams with Pete and Andy every Wednesday. I do unboxing videos sometimes, reviews for new movies, rankings. It's just a typical movie YouTube, like a lot of other people's. But yeah, I do all sorts of different things. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yeah, no, awesome, dude. And I've been really enjoying like your pickup videos, and yeah, you've been getting some like really awesome ones, especially that Godfather set.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks sweet.
Yeah, it's really nice set. Yeah.
But once I saw that box set, I was like, I really want that box set, because like the normal 4K and just the normal packaging they always do for the Godfather releases. So like that big book, I was like, well, what is this?
It's really cool.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. So yeah, again, you can catch Mike every Wednesday on Pete's channel also. But in the meantime, yeah, please go subscribe to Mike at Cinema Axeman. Awesome YouTube and some great pickup videos as well. So yeah, definitely check out Tim. And then my final guest is a guy who is only on kind of Twitters, meaning like I've been contacting him. But I've been following this channel for a while now, and that is Norin Radd89. So Norin, anyone who doesn't know you, do want to tell everyone a little bit about what your channel is all around?
Definitely. So yeah, I typically do like a lot. Recently, I've been diving into like the Blu-ray collecting and a lot of boutique labels like Arrow Video and like Severin Films. I've been getting a lot of cool stuff from them, and also doing reviews for stuff on Netflix and Shudder. I do a lot of Shudder reviews too and all that stuff, and a lot of horror stuff because that's kind of my main bread and butter. But I love all movies. That's just my top one that I really love the most and stuff. And yeah, reviews, rankings and stuff. And I'll be reviewing some new ones I just got recently. So that's going to be coming up on the channel mainly. So that's what I got planned.
Yeah, sweet. And yeah, dude, I can tell by your background that you're just a horror person anyway. Even if I didn't.
Yeah, no, this actually was a recent birthday gift. My wife's sister got me that horror picture. And then this was from Arrow Video. This is the new release like artwork poster that they did.
Right. Yeah. Well, speaking of that American Werewolf in London, about maybe an hour and a half from where I live, they've actually got the slaughtered lamb because that's where it was shot.
I know, that's amazing. I remember you told me that on Twitter one time. I was like, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, definitely need to go do like a little vlog or something while I'm there. But yeah, dude, like Nora's channel is awesome as well. It covers a wide variety of content. So please go subscribe to him as well. And yeah, let's just help our guests and get some subscribers. So yeah, guys, with that in mind, the links to all my guests are in the description box below. And yeah, we're going to just fire over and take your comments. Let's have a look what we've got. We've got quite a few already. Yeah, we've got the viewer Drew saying, hey, what's up? So hey, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
What's up?
Drew.
Hey, good. I've got my friend Samuel Lockwood, who's a fellow Back to the Future nerd, saying hello. So hey, Samuel, hope you're doing good.
Samuel.
We've also got Andy, I've forgotten what the movies, who is one of Mike's co-hosts on Wednesday with Pete, saying, hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So hey Andy, thanks for tuning in.
Hey.
Good. We've got Jamie from in the front row over in Australia saying, here we go. Hi friends, we'll sub to Norin now. So hey Jamie, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subbing to Norin. That's awesome. Because I'm assuming you're sub to Mike and Jason. So, so that's awesome. We've also got the Retro Girl saying, hey lads. So hey Retro Girls, hope you're doing good. Just got out of the cinema, went to watch Dragon Ball Z. It was awesome. So yeah, I saw that today. Have any of you guys seen it?
No, not yet.
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
No, I just heard about it. I don't know if it was on Playtendo guys live stream. You guys talked about it, or maybe it was Mike's live stream. I can't remember, but seemed like that's just a recent thing I heard about. So I didn't know it existed until it might have been Mike's. Maybe did you talk about it last week?
I think we did. Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure. So no, go on, Mike. I'm not sure I did. I don't know about Mike.
Yeah, I think we did talk about it briefly last night.
Yeah. Did.
I think it might have been Retro Girls who I think they said they were going to go and see it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the first time I knew about it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have any of you guys seen the Dragon Ball Z anime before or not?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've seen the anime for sure. And I even saw, was it Dragon Ball, and then they did Dragon Ball GT, but I didn't watch any of Dragon Ball Super yet.
Right. Get you. Mike, you're nodding your head, so I'm assuming you've seen it as well.
Yeah, so I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. I loved it, but then I kind of forgot about it for years. But over this last year, I've been rewatching it, like all of it. So I'm currently on like some of the movies, like the Dragon Ball Z movies, and after I watch them, I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Super, and then I'll eventually get to this movie that's just come out.
Well, I was gonna say you've got a long way to go, especially you guys have been this like 20, 21 movies, and this is the 21st movie or something.
Really?
Yeah. I was shocked to learn that as well. So yeah. But yeah, no, dude, that's awesome. Hope you guys do get a chance to check it out. I saw it today. I thought it was pretty good. It's the first time they use kind of like mainly 3D animation. But it actually works pretty well, especially with like some of the, like, you know, when like cartoon characters like maybe punch each other and you got like the word and coming out, that'd be like kapow or whatever the case should be. Like the 3D design on that is like, it's very graphic, and like the punches, like it looks more realistic. So cool. Yeah, look, it's pretty cool. So I'm excited for you guys to check it out when you do. And well, I'm glad Retro Girls also enjoyed it as well. So thanks for tuning in.
Is there something in theaters?
It's just come out today in the UK. I don't know about you guys in the US.
Yeah, I
think it's just getting like a limited time run. I think it's going to get like a weekend thing, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't expect us to get like a weeks and months long run. I think we might get like a week.
Yeah.
Okay, but not too sure. We've also got Samuel here saying, what new stuff have you seen? So Norin, do you want to go first?
Oh yeah, sure. Recently, the most of the stuff I saw, Day Shift on Netflix, which was actually surprisingly good. It's like just a good like popcorn flick. Like, it's reliable. It has action. It's got comedy. You know, you laugh, you get all the vibes out of it, and then you're done. And then I watched Moloch on Shudder, which was a recent one that came out this year, and that's kind of like this supernatural kind of flick, but it worked so well because it paid off. Like, as you're watching the film, it did all the right steps for me when it got to that third act and we got the final shot. I was like, all right, cool. I'm cool with this.
Yeah, so I saw both your reviews for both those movies. Not seen Day Shift yet. I've heard pretty good things.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch, bro.
Right. Well, I like Jamie Foxx, so yeah, that kind of sold me on the movie. And Moloch I got to check out as well from Shudder. Pretty good movie overall, like quite creepy at times.
They had some good shots. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, awesome, dude. I saw both those reviews. Mike, I'm going to go to you next. So I know you kind of covered this on Pete's channel yesterday, so I've heard, but anyone who hasn't heard, what have you watched recently?
Yeah, so I've been trying to catch up on some movies that came out last year. So I recently watched the West Side Story remake. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And I watched a movie called Drive My Car. It's like a Japanese movie that won like a lot of awards and stuff. It's like a 3-hour long movie. So yeah, it's quite a long one. But yeah, I enjoyed that as well. But yeah, I'm just trying to catch up with some of the movies from last year that I didn't get a chance to see.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. Yeah, and the thing is, there's so many movies nowadays, so it's trying to play catch up. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Like the new West Side Story, I quite enjoyed. I hadn't seen the original though, so this was like my first into it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure as we go on the stream, you guys will learn like how many movies I've just not seen. So nothing new. And yeah, that Drive My Car, I've heard a lot about, but I've never seen it. So would you recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, I would, but I know it probably won't be for everyone. It is quite long, and it is a bit of a slow burn. It's more of like a character drama. So it might not be for everyone, but I personally really liked it.
Yeah, dude, awesome. Well, I might have to check it out. But yeah, dude, sounds like you've been picking up on some good things there. And Jason, I know you're doing your movie gauntlet right now, so you've probably seen a lot of stuff you're going to get ready to kind of catch up on. But
Right.
What have you seen recently?
Well, I caught up with Lightyear finally on Disney Plus this last week.
Nice. What do you think?
I thought it was, not great, but not terrible. It's kind of in the middle. I think it was really directed very well. The action sequences are really well done. Like I like a lot of the space stuff, and a lot of that stuff was done really well. Of course, I mean, animation is getting so much better, it seems like, with each movie, and it definitely looked really good as a movie. And even the story was interesting. I think there's some interesting elements there. I would say the movie still lacks like a lot of humor that I like in a Pixar movie. It lacked a lot of memorable characters. So I don't know. It didn't have enough there for me to say I would recommend it or want to watch it again. But
Right.
it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be worse than it was. But I don't know. I just never got excited. Even when I saw the trailers for Lightyear, it just never felt exciting. I don't know. So I don't know. So I'm kind of in the middle on it, I guess. I would say overall.
Get you. Get you.
Yeah.
You seen anything else?
Well, yeah, I talked about on my last video the other day. I was watching this documentary on Netflix called Malice in the Palace, and
Yeah, heard about that.
yeah, and it was really good. It deals with the incident with the Indiana Pacers and the NBA teams, Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons, and Ron Artest got in the fight, and Ron Artest was laying on the scoreboard, and a fan threw like a cup of beer on him, and he goes in the stands and starts punching out fans, and other Indiana Pacers go in the stands, and there's this huge fight. And I remember seeing it live when it happened, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in sports. Never seen someone go in the stands and start punching out fans. I mean, it was insane. And the whole documentary kind of goes through all of it, interviewing everybody that was involved and kind of the after effects of it. And I guess I like NBA. I'm an NBA fan, so, and I remember when it happened. So it was a really good documentary. It's only like an hour and 10 minutes on Netflix anyway. So like if anybody remembers that moment, I mean, it's a really good documentary to watch to kind of remember that what happened. I don't know about you guys if you remember that.
I definitely do. I'm a huge NBA fan. I definitely do, and I've seen like it was amazing to watch that documentary. Like that one was probably just as good as the one that they did about, I think it was Magic versus Bird. They did one on the Magic Johnson Larry Bird kind of rivalry. I thought both of those were very well done.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, I don't watch NBA. Do you, Mike?
No, it's not really readily available here, is it? Like, I don't know. It's not as easy to watch over here.
No, not as. Yeah, you're right. Not as far as I'm aware, anyway. But yeah,
that might be an American thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that Malice in the Palace, yeah, like it sounds so interesting, although I've got like no idea like what any of it is. So I'll be like, oh well, who's the Patriots or who whatever, you know. But yeah, no, it sounds awesome. Yeah, in regard to Lightyear, like I think I might be in like the minority, like who actually quite like that movie. But I can understand from like your point where you kind of like on the fence or like thought there's good elements and there isn't, because there is some side characters that I think didn't need to really be in there overall. Mike, I think you've seen Lightyear, right?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh,
you haven't seen it? Oh,
no, I wasn't really that interested. I saw all the trailers, and I just didn't have much interest.
Yeah,
that's fair. Norin, have you seen it?
Yeah, I actually had it on the other day with my son when I was watching him, and he was very interested in it. Like he was watching it, and he was glued to the screen. It's kind of like in that midway point, like I just lost interest. It looks really good. Don't get me the graphics, all that animation stuff looks beautiful to look at, but I just wasn't like, it didn't pull me in, like invest me. I was like, oh, I can easily get up and like make something to eat. I didn't feel like I was missing anything.
Yeah.
Get you. Get you. Yeah, that's fair. I definitely think like I think the common theme is every time we watch like a Pixar movie, like the animation's always the best it's ever been. Like it's always going to be kind of the case.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, do that. That's fair. But well, thank you, Samuel, for the question. We've got Sophie's Retro Revival saying, "Evening, gents. Great to see Mike on the stream." So yeah, hey Sophie.
Hey, thanks.
Good. Gareth from Video Tasty says hi all, and Sophie's been a Judas not checking out his stream. So hi Gareth, hope you're doing good.
Hey Gareth.
Let's have a look.
Oh, that's Gareth. Okay.
That's Gareth from Video Tasty.
I remember someone saying something about Gareth. Yeah, and I was like, I wasn't sure who that was. Okay.
That's fair. Yeah, that's Gareth. We've also got Sophie saying I've subbed to Norin as well, so that's awesome.
Thank you.
And we've also got D Movie Man in the house. So hey, D,
Movie Man.
Good. He says, hey you all. Sorry, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to ask if you could name an example of a film where a particular actor's talents were wasted in a role due to bad writing, direction, or otherwise. Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, I got one.
Go for it.
It was actually recent. Was the most recent Space Jam, Don Cheadle, because I freaking love Don Cheadle, and I think he's kind of one of those actors you could put in any role and he'll like deliver. And I'm watching this movie kind of unfold with him and LeBron James, and I'm like, he's still delivering. Don Cheadle's still delivering, but this movie's awful. So I think that was a waste of talent right there for that movie.
Get you. Yeah, I think I've got to agree with that one, Norin. I'll come up with my own example, but I think I agree. Like, he was the best part of that movie. It's like the algorithm or whatever he's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think he was kind of like just embracing being a villain in that movie. But yeah, I think that's a good shout actually. Mike, can you think of one?
The first one that comes to mind is the Predators sequel, the one with Adrian Brody. Lawrence Fishburne is in that movie, and his character's like he's been like stuck on that planet for years, and he's got like his own little hideout and things like that. And I feel like they could have done something really interesting with that character, but they just didn't do anything worthwhile, and I just felt like he was really wasted in that movie.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you, to be honest. Yeah, like it just seemed like his character was kind of just absolutely redundant.
Yeah, because he just
big name.
Yeah, because like I don't know if you guys have seen the movie, but he helps them at first, and then he just kind of goes crazy and just he just goes. That's all he does. He just goes crazy, and it's like really like that's all you could think of.
Right. Yeah.
I'm really fond of that one because that one's Robert Rodriguez produced.
Yeah.
So like when you can like feel the like Robert Rodriguez-isms in it, like when you're watching the film and stuff, and that's probably my second favorite one to the Predator. And then I was just like on that high from like just seeing Morpheus in a Predator movie. I was like, this is freaking pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I think for me, it's going to be a one of like a movie I saw this year that I absolutely hated. So I don't know if you guys did either. But it was Moonfall. And in that movie, I feel like Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson were absolutely wasted. It just seemed like they were there for like just for this is such a dumb script. I'm just going to take the paycheck. But the characters I didn't give like kind of two craps around, being honest. Like, especially like Halle Berry, I was like, you've got this big star Halle Berry, and she's just wasted. So yeah, I don't know what your guys think about Moonfall, but definitely on my top 10 worst of the year.
I just heard bad things.
Yeah, I've not seen it. I have no desire to see it.
I was the same way. Like pretty much everybody I talked to said bad things, so I just didn't give it a chance.
Yeah, I honestly can't recommend it to you guys either because I know it's like Roland Emmerich and I like some of his movies, but nah. Jason, what about you?
That's such a good question. I'm sure there's some good examples I'm not thinking of. There's always like I don't know. It seems like they always get a comedic actor to play a non-comedic role sometimes, and sometimes I think like, man, they could have gotten anybody for that role. Why'd they get so and so?
Right.
but I'm not thinking of one right on top of my head. Then I was thinking the other day on Playtendo Guys live stream, I think you guys talked about Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing. And I was just now thinking about he was in that Transformers movie. And I'm sure that was a waste of a really good actor's talent on that one.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But anybody's probably wasted in a Transformers movie, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not live action. If you want a good one, you got to go to the '87 like animated movie.
Right.
I think, to be honest with you, like my favorite I know it's a bit off the question, but my favorite Transformers movie is probably Bumblebee, and that's not even like Transformers. It's like kind of or whatever it is.
Spin-off.
Right. Yeah. Like the other Transformers movie, especially after like the Megan Fox Shia LaBeouf ones, are just terrible. But yeah, I'm not a fan of those movies. But thank you for the question, D. Really awesome question. We've got Roddy saying hello, so I really hope you're doing good. We've got Ryan from RWR Movie saying, hey, what's up? So hey, Ryan. He says, is there a movie you can name where you watched the trailer and thought it looked terrible, but then you watched it and enjoyed it? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to have a little think. If you guys have got one top of your head, just go for it. Actually, I've got one. Actually, I've just thought of. So mine was actually Guardians of the Galaxy. So I don't know if you guys remember when the trailer came out for that first movie, and I was just like, "What the hell is this?" And I don't know if it's just the way they marketed it or whatever it was, but that trailer just wasn't great. And I was like, "This is going to be like Marvel's first flop." And then I saw it, and I was like, "Wow, this is one of my favorite Marvel movies." So yeah, that's my answer. But yeah, if you guys have got one, go for it.
Oh, I think there was I'm trying to think. There was a superhero flick. It was when I watched it was amazing, of course, but I saw the trailer and it looks very kind of cheap and everything, and it's called Super, and I believe it's by James Gunn too, and it stars the Rainn Wilson, the guy who played Dwight in The Office. And like the trailer for it just looks very cheap, kind of like, shot on video status, but it has all the classic stuff you want from James Gunn, and Rainn Wilson's delivers good on the role. So, and I forgot who was the co-star in it, but yeah, it's a good movie. It's called Super.
Oh, Super! Oh man.
Yeah, I remember seeing Super years ago, only once, but I actually enjoyed it. So I think it needs a revisit.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
that is a disturbing movie.
It's very bloody and gory.
Oh man, yeah, a little shocking.
Right. But yeah, Mike, how about you?
It's a really hard question. Yeah, the only thing I can think of, the trailer wasn't exactly a terrible trailer, but I didn't like the trailer because it revealed too much, but it was for Halloween Kills. The trailer it basically gave away the whole movie, and I hated that trailer. But I'm probably one of the few people who really enjoyed the movie, because I know a lot of people weren't really big fans of it, but I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I didn't like that trailer at all, because it just revealed too much.
Right. Yeah, I've got to agree with you. And to be honest, Mike, I'm in the same camp. Like, I actually really like that movie. I think it's like one of the Halloween movies that actually makes Michael Myers like a really serious threat, especially in like most recent movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know you're right though. Like that trailer literally showed every kill in like exact order of how it was going to happen as well. So it's like no surprises.
Yeah, because when I saw the movie, whenever anything happened, I wasn't surprised, because I was like, oh, I've seen that bit in the trailer, I knew when every character was going to die or something scary was going to happen, but I still like the movie.
Right. Yeah, same here. Well, I know Norin's like a big horror fan, so Norin, what did you think of that movie?
I was pretty much like the exact opposite of you guys. Like, I'm not like, I don't hate it. It's like when I did my Halloween ranking, it was like in the middle ground, like number 9 or 8 or something like that. But I loved the trailer. It's probably one of my favorite trailers, just because it makes James Jude Courtney like look like a complete badass. Like he's amazing in that trailer. And he's probably my favorite actor who's played Michael Myers. I think he does a really good job. Even if some of the films aren't my favorite, I think as a Michael Myers performance, he does a really great job.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I agree with you about the trailer. Like it just makes him look menacing, and that's exactly what he is in the movie. So yeah, I agree. And Jason, what about you? Back to the question about the trailer. Could you think of an example?
Yeah, it's a really good question because usually it's the opposite. Usually I see a trailer and I go, wow, that looks awesome. And then I watch the movie, I'm like, oh, this is a terrible movie. Like that trailer looked way better than the movie. So, but I don't know. I'm sure there's good examples. The one I thought of just on top of my head was, it was the movie WALL-E. Remember when that came out? I just wasn't excited about it at all. And I think I kind of stopped. I was a big fan of Pixar and was watching all the Pixar movies in the theater. But then there came a point where I was like, I don't know, didn't think Pixar was kind of not as good or something. And WALL-E came out and I remember just thinking, oh, this looks like another just boring, I don't know, animation movie, I guess. And I just wasn't excited about it. And then when I finally got around to seeing it, like I love WALL-E. It's like one of my favorite animation movies. So that's one of those really good surprises where you're like wow, like I wasn't expecting it to be that good.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Well, shock, I've never seen WALL-E, so I can't comment. I'm assuming you guys, Mike, Norin, you guys have seen WALL-E?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Like visual storytelling. It's just so good, and like it has every kind of emotion you want, and that's what's really cool about it too.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I think I've actually, because I was just looking there, I think I've actually got it on physical media because I think I found it like pretty cheap. But yeah, just never seen it. But I've heard great things about it though. So at some point I'll get to it. But yeah, I just want to say thanks to Ryan for the question. We've also got Pete from Play Tendo. So hey, Pete, hope you're doing good. He says, hey guys, look forward to the stream tonight. Great to see Mike joining Top Guy with a great amount of knowledge.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, dude. Whenever I see you on Pete's stream on Wednesday, you always got like a lot of movie knowledge as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see more of it as we go on. We've also got Sophie saying, I love the American Werewolf poster. Recently watched it for the first time and loved it. Yeah.
Such a great film.
This.
So great.
Definitely. Mike, Jason, have you guys seen the movie?
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mike, do you like the movie?
Oh yeah, I love the movie. I've got that same poster. I've got the Arrow box set, but it's the It's not the 4K. It's just the previous Blu-ray box set.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I love that poster. But the movie's awesome. I love it.
Right. Yeah, I really like the movie. I also like, as you were saying, Mike, I also like the poster as well. Was it Arrow?
So they do limited editions usually, and they'll do the 4K or Blu-ray, and they'll give you lobby cards, the poster, and then like a 30 or 40 page booklet that has writings about the movie and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I've seen like the 4K box set you can get, at least here in the UK. I definitely want to pick it up at some point because I know in the horror convention I'm going to in October, David Norton's going to be there.
Nice.
Which convention's that? Is that Manchester?
The Love of Horror.
Oh yeah. I've been there once before. Yeah,
oh, really?
2019. I went there. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Who did you get to meet?
Who did I meet? So I met Kane Hodder. He played Jason in some of the Friday the 13th movies. I met Tim Capello. He's I don't know if you've seen Lost Boys. He's the guy who plays the saxophone in Lost Boys. There's a few people from the It 1990 miniseries. A lot of the kids, they were all there. There was a lot of people there. It's a really, really popular convention. They tend to get some really, really big people there, big names.
Yeah, I've heard about some of the names that's in the past. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. You got to meet them, especially Kane Hodder though. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, Norin, have you ever met anyone from like horror movies? Because obviously I know you're a horror guy.
I haven't met anybody from horror movies though, but it's really big out here is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So like I've met like almost half of the cast of that show.
Wow.
Oh,
I have
wow.
I have signed autographs from them, and I know somebody who actually works at the Breaking Bad store down in Albuquerque. So yeah, it's pretty awesome over here. It's really big out here.
Oh, sweet. Have you ever met Bryan Cranston?
No, I haven't met him yet, or Aaron Paul. I haven't met the two big dogs yet, though.
and Jason, what about yourself? Have you ever met anyone famous?
No, I never met anybody famous.
No. Oh, dude. I mean,
Nobody famous here in Kansas, I guess.
Right. Yeah, because I was going to say, because obviously, like, with me and Mike were just saying about like the horror con stuff here in the UK. I mean, like Jason, for yourself in Kansas, do they do like film comic cons or anything like that?
No.
Wow, really? That's crazy. Norin, what about you? Well, like, because whereabouts are you based?
I'm in New Mexico, and they do cons, but like horror ones, the closest they come is like Texas or Arizona usually. So it has to be like I'd have to plan the event. I haven't been, but the last time I went to was a Comic-Con convention that I went to, but this was probably like 15 or 12 years ago. It was a while ago.
Wow, okay.
But I met the guy who voiced who is it? The Devil May Cry game. I met the guy who voices the character for the games. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can't remember the person's name, but I do like those games though.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, well, thanks for the comments, Soph. We've got Lego News saying hello, everyone. Yeah, I can't pronounce that, but it just basically means hello, how are you, friends? So yeah, doing good. I do good. Soph says, Norin, would you say Shudder is worth getting?
Oh, I definitely love it. Like, and I mean, even if you're not a huge horror fan, there's a lot of good, I'd say, thriller content on there too. And it's good to see just the original content, because sometimes when you're seeing like those low budget independent films, they know how to use their time wisely, and they use it to their advantage. And when you see the stuff on screen, you're like, oh, well, you can tell they put in the work for it. So I think Shudder's worth it, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say one thing I also like on Shudder that's recently gone on there is a series called Slasher. I don't know if you've heard or seen it.
I haven't seen that one yet. No.
No. Well, it's basically it's like an anthology. So every season is a different story, but they'll use like the same cast, but like it's different characters. And it's always a mystery about who's like the killer, like going around killing them all in the settings. Some really bloody kind of practical effects deaths in there as well. I think that would be right up your street, to be honest.
Sweet.
But yeah, Mike, Jason, do you guys have Shudder?
No, I used to, or I think I might have had a free trial. Right. I can't remember. Yeah, I just didn't use it enough. But they did have a lot of really good stuff on there. But yeah, I tend to I prefer buying physical media over streaming. So yeah, I just didn't really use it. But it does look pretty good.
Yeah, and I know Jason was shaking his head, so I'm assuming he doesn't have it either.
I hear people talk about it. I don't know what Shudder is, except it sounds like it has something to do with horror movies, but I don't know anything else.
Right. Yeah, it's just like an exclusive kind of like horror streaming service for like primarily horror movies only. Yeah, I don't think I've got it. I think it's only Norin that's got it out of maybe like the four of us by the sounds of it. I get like, you guys may say like on my channel, I cover like quite a few like Shudder screeners. So I get sent some screeners. Some of them that I've seen is pretty good. That from our content, like most recent one I've just watched is one called Glorious. That's coming out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, the 18th. I forgot what day it is, so sorry if it's already 18th. But I know Glorious, the one that's coming out, has got Ryan Quanten from True Blood, if anyone's ever watched True Blood. And it's also got J.K. Simmons doing the voice in that movie for pretty much the whole movie. So I can't really tell you much about more than that because that's a spoiler of who he is and what he involves in. But yeah, J.K. Simmons in a horror movie, imagine that. Pretty awesome. So yeah, but also what I would say in terms of this question is maybe take out a free trial, see if you like it, and if not, then just cancel it. Yeah, thanks for the comment. Pete, well, back to the kind of famous thing. Pete says, have you met any famous actors? If so, which were your favorites? Okay. Well, Jason, you said you haven't met anyone, right?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I've got one, but Norin, do you want to go first?
Probably Stephen Michael Quesada from Breaking Bad, and he was just really nice, and he like was open with taking multiple pictures and like posing different ways and stuff, and he was really nice to my kids and stuff. So that was really awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I've never seen Breaking Bad, so I can't comment on the show. But I mean,
it's definitely like worth the watch, but it's something I think if you're gonna like, you have to commit, because they have like Breaking Bad now, they got Better Call Saul, and then they have El Camino, which is the movie on Netflix, and that's about Aaron Paul's character, like kind of after stuff. So you kind of have to watch them all just to get the full advantage.
Yeah, it's not just because I know it's obviously not just the Breaking Bad now. There's more to it, and I mean, after Better Call Saul, I don't know if they're going to do like another spin-off or whatever.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, well that's awesome, man. Is the good person you met, that Stephen Michael, is he like one of the big like main ones also, or? He's on the like side. He's I think in like, I want to say like 4 seasons, like or so, like that. But yeah, his character does eventually like stuff happens. I won't spoil too much, but yeah, stuff happens. Right. Okay. Oh, dude, well, that's cool. Mike, how about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I've met quite a lot of famous people because I used to go to a lot of conventions. So all of these pictures behind me are like me with famous people.
Oh, nice.
My favorite, going back to Jason Voorhees. I met a guy called CJ Graham, and he played Jason in one movie. Yeah, part 6.
He was Jason Lives.
Yeah. He was super nice. He was so awesome. Because most of the guests, when you go to Comic Cons, they all demand like money, you know, if you want to have a picture with them. But he didn't care about any of that. He didn't want any money. He was just like, he was there for the fans. You know, he was really genuine. So he's definitely up there with one of my favorites.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're right. Like a lot of the times when you go to the Comic Cons, you're like, you want to take a selfie, they're like, oh no, I'm not allowed, or like that own personalized like photo sessions throughout the day, or whatever the case would be. So yeah, get where you're coming from. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm dying to know like who's in all these pictures in your background now that you've mentioned it, because I've always thought it's like or something.
I thought that was family.
Right?
No family pictures. Well, I mean, on my channel, I did a room tour video. So I did. It was a room tour of like my movie room, but I did down here as well. So if you want to check that out, you can see all the pictures. But just to name some, so there's like Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, Christopher Lambert, Mads Mikkelsen, Sam Neill. Just so many. Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to check out the room tour. I didn't know you did that, so I'm gonna have to check it out. That's awesome. I'd say for me, like I've met a few people, but my favorite, I think I've shared the story before, but is when I met Michael J. Fox in 2015.
Oh man.
Anyone
awesome.
who know me, I'm a big Back to the Future guy. I've got it like tattooed on my arm, so yeah, like that's like an experience I can never forget. But yeah, well, thanks for the question, Pete.
What, Bob Gale recently, or?
Yeah, I met Bob Gale recently. That was at Southampton. I've just been to. And I actually got to talk to him before like Comic Con even got to start. Yeah. And my friend Pete, his cousins do the DeLorean for the musical itself. So Bob obviously knows them people. So yeah. Pretty cool. I could go on and share stories all day, but I want to kind of give you guys more chance to talk. So yeah. But Pete says, which iconic movie vehicle would you like to drive? Well, easy one for me, DeLorean. Norin, what about yourself?
Iconic movie vehicle. Probably the 1967 Shelby they had in Gone in 60 Seconds that Nicolas Cage drove. I love that car. I'm a sucker for like old muscle cars, and yeah, that 1967 Shelby. I would like to drive that.
Nice. I've never seen the movie, but I know the exact car you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
So, that's awesome. Jason, what about yourself?
DeLorean's a good one. That's a hard one to beat. I also thought about the old Batmobile in the 1966 7 era. I really like that vehicle.
Nice.
I don't know if you remember the old Batmans with Adam West. And
Yeah.
I've never seen them, but I know the vehicle.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick, actually. And Mike, how about you? Which vehicle would you go for?
Well, I'm gonna take some inspiration from Norin's poster, but Mad Max, the Interceptor car in Mad Max, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that car's beautiful, so I'd drive that.
Yeah, some good choices. So thanks for the question, Pete. Yeah, that Interceptor's pretty cool as well. Yeah, that would be awesome. In regards to the trailer question that Ryan asked before, D Movie Man says here, I was definitely Crawl from 2019. It looked incredibly goofy and cheesy watching the trailer, but the actual film was surprisingly solid and entertaining. Yeah, I've got to agree with that. I don't know if you guys have seen Crawl.
Yeah, good creature flick. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the alligator chasing the girl in the flooded house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It really looked kind of scary, I have to admit. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a good creature movie. Yeah, I agree with Norin. Yeah. Well, Jamie says, I think we all know Mike's answer. I don't know what question that was for. Oh, not
The
too
vehicle?
For the car, I think it was for the vehicle one.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure everyone will answer surely for that one. Soph says mine would be DeLorean, Ecto 1, or the Mystery Machine. Oh, okay.
Good
Ooh,
picks.
Scooby Doo.
Okay, right.
We do.
Yeah, I think the Scooby Doo one would be pretty cool. But yeah, the Ecto one's also a good shout. Ryan says, would you rather live in a zombie apocalypse or a post-apocalyptic world? Sorry.
What's the difference?
I guess the post-apocalyptic one has like less danger because there's no zombies. I guess you would kind of go that route, maybe.
Right. Now, I don't know the contents of this question, like you were saying, Nora. I don't know if it's a case of like with the post-apocalyptic, like all like buildings are destroyed, or it's like you're rationing for food kind of thing.
Maybe I would picture it maybe like kind of like Road Warrior, maybe like that's like post-apocalyptic kind of where everybody's fighting for gas and water and stuff. So you still have that threat, but I guess the zombie apocalypse you have to worry about humans and zombies. So I guess.
I think I'd rather take my chances in the zombie one.
Zombie one?
Yeah, because at least that way you and other humans are trying to fight for the same thing. Whereas opposed to apocalyptic, like all it takes is a gang to control the food portions, and you're not getting any if that's the case. So I don't know.
Not sure if you're like.
Right. So I don't know. I'm gonna go zombie. Jason, what about you?
Well, I think I last about 5 minutes in either world, so I'm not really built for survival. I have no survivor skills at all. I'd have to latch on to another group and hope I can survive that way, I guess. But
right.
Yeah, because zombie apocalypse is a post-apocalyptic world, I guess, except you can get eaten by zombies. So I guess that's the added horror to it. So I guess I'd live in a post-apocalyptic world in that case.
Right.
At least I don't have to worry about zombies eating me, I guess.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Mike, what about you?
Probably post-apocalyptic, just because I feel like it would just be a lot more peaceful, and I do like my peace sometimes. So yeah, post-apocalyptic.
Fair. Norin, and what about yourself?
I'd probably go that one too, post-apocalyptic, just because it'd be, like similar to like Road Warrior, like Doomsday or something. I'd be cool with that.
Right. Hey, that's fair. Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the post-apocalyptic side of the things, though. yeah, it's a good question. So thanks, Ryan. Sov says post-apocalyptic, can't stand zombie. D Movie Man says, what's one of your favorite animal/creature sidekicks? I'd have to go with Wooler from John Carter, a lizard-like dog from Mars with 3 rows of teeth who can run at high speeds with 10 legs. Wow, okay, that's a good choice. I would say one of my most recent one was from Cruella, actually. Wink.
Wink.
Cruella, yeah.
Wink is great.
Yeah. I really like that sidekick and like all the stuff that it actually does. Yeah, I would go with that one. Mike, how about yourself?
I'm not sure. I think I'm probably going to have to be really boring and just say Chewie from Star Wars. He's the only one I can think of.
It's a solid pick, to be fair.
Yeah.
Norin, how about yourself?
I mean, he's like, yeah, I guess he's a sidekick because he does step up in the end. I'm definitely gonna have to go probably Gizmo Gremlins, even though you kind of would have to babysit him, but it's like he ends up pulling out strong in the 3rd act, and I like Gizmo. He looks dope.
yeah, hey, that's an awesome pick. And Jason, how about you?
Gosh, I want to say Baby Yoda because I'd love to have a Baby Yoda with me all the time. I don't know if that counts as a creature sidekick. But I just would want to look at it and just go, oh man, how cute is that? Makes my life better. Or I'd go with Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe is another pick.
Oh, okay.
That's a strong one.
Right. You know, someone's got your back if it's a rocket mine. So yeah, I don't believe. Well, thank you for the question, D. I've also got Ryan saying, can you name a film you grew up and loved, and then as you got older, you watched it and didn't like it as much anymore? Okay, I'm gonna have to have a think. But yeah, if you guys have got one, just shout it out. Go for it.
I hate to say this movie because I know people like this movie, but I'd go with E.T.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely loved it as a kid. I think it was definitely the alien aspect of it was really cool, and there's something interesting there. But every time I watch it, I'm so bored with that movie. I just get bored to death with it. And I don't know why. It just has not related to me as an adult as it did when I was a kid. And maybe because there's kids in the movie, and maybe you relate to the kids more when you are a kid. I don't know.
Get you. Do that. That's fair. I think I've only ever seen I've seen most of E.T., but never the whole thing, so I can't comment. But yeah, that I can get where you come from. Though, like as a kid, like you don't really think of like, oh, these kids aren't maybe great actors or whatever. It's like, oh, they're seeing this alien, and that's kind of it, So that's fair. Mike, have you got one?
Yeah, so mine is another Spielberg film, but Hook with Robin Williams. Yeah. I loved it as a kid, but
that's a good one.
But I really struggle with it when I watch it now. I don't know. I think it's similar to E.T. I just find it quite boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've heard good things. But obviously, I don't know if it's maybe like more nostalgia, maybe. I sound
maybe.
Of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think as a kid, I liked the immature humor of Hook.
Yeah.
And as an adult, I hate immature humor. So I look at the kids and go, oh, they're terrible to me. I don't know. They just all there's it's been a while, but I think aren't there a lot of like fart jokes and stuff in it, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or I don't know. So I don't like that kind of humor. So I'm like,
that's fair. And Norin, how about yourself?
Ooh, I was trying to think of one. Well, it's not like a movie I hate now, but it's like a movie. Back in the day, I used to watch it probably like on repeat for like weeks and weeks. It was like one of those VHSs. You were just like, yep, I want to watch it again and again. But Three Ninjas, that like back in the day, that used to be one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
But like I really don't watch it anymore now.
Yeah, I know my older brother likes that movie, and he shows his kids that movie.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think I've ever seen it like fully. But did that release after the Karate Kid?
Ooh,
So
I think so. Yeah, because I think it did. It was in that same like kind of era of when there's '90s martial arts films were just popping off left and right.
Yeah, I thought so. I just couldn't quite remember. I guess for me, one for myself is a movie called Message in a Cell Phone. I don't know if any of you guys have even heard of that movie.
Never heard of that one.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, so I remember like as a teen, well, like I'd not say as like it grew up, but I'd say like more like early teen. So I guess kind of growing up. Every day I would come in from school and it'd be on like 3:00 on like the Sky Premiere channel over here, and I'd just be like, right, straight in from school, press play. I would watch it every day at the same time, every day of it, move forward. And then I watched it like a couple of years ago back, and I was like, I was okay, but I don't know why I watched it every day. It's okay. You guys would find it very mediocre at best, to be honest. So, yeah, that's for me anyway. But yeah, thanks for the question, Ryan. I've got Jamie saying, "Look at all these great questions." Well, yeah, well, thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. Soph says, "For me, it's Wizard of Oz. It's too much shady stuff to do with that film."
Yeah. Well, I think I think the dog Toto got paid more than some of the Munchkin actors.
What?
Like, can you imagine a dog getting more money, like on a better salary than you?
Wow, I did not know that.
I mean, I don't know why the dog was getting a salary anyway.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, wow. Okay, that's crazy. I mean, have they greenlighted a remake of that movie? I think I heard.
I think so. Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, you were talking about it on the Playtendo guys channel yesterday quite a bit.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it, but yeah, I don't know.
Wow, okay. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I mean, I only watched Wizard of Oz for the first time not too long ago when I collabed with Jacob on his channel for that movie, and I really enjoyed it. But I think maybe like modern day, I don't think it maybe work as well. But that might just be me. Don't know about you guys. If you guys have any thoughts on that?
Well, how many times have we done a remake where it was worth it? Is it very often? Feels like I'm more disappointed with remakes, so it's always hard to do a remake of a classic. I can understand. I mean, the 1939 Wizard of Oz, I think, is still a great movie. The only thing I think you can maybe improve on is maybe do more cinematography wise, because Wizard of Oz is obviously like just shot on like sets, and it's pretty obvious. And the background is obvious, just like a background painting. So you can improve on those things. You can do more camera movements maybe, and more wide, big crane shots. I don't know, or you could build better sets maybe, and stuff like that. I suppose that can maybe improve on the original, but it'd be so hard to cast it, I think, and still capture the magic of the original. But
yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking as well. But yeah, I don't know. Norin, what do you think about that?
I think it's kind of like really classic, and I think now you can like you were saying, it definitely with the technical aspect of it, you can do a lot more things now, but it's that nostalgia and that whimsical nature of that first film. I don't think you're ever gonna get that. Like, even to this day when I watch Wizard of Oz, you can still get kind of emotional, or you feel it because you'll remember times when you watched it with the kid or maybe a family member that's not with you anymore. So it's just, it really kind of hits home, compared to if they did a new one now.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Mike, how about yourself?
Yeah, I think it's one of those movies that it's just so timeless. Even though it's like over 80 years old, it still holds up even today. And yeah, it's just one of those classic movies that I just don't think you can improve on it. You can just watch it today and it's still as great as it was back in 1939.
Right. Yeah, I agree, and I think we're all kind of the boat as that one. I think it'd be interesting to see a remake and like how they would really change that up. but I don't think it's needed. But I'm sure it's going to bring in money, so they're going to do it.
Right.
We've got Jacob Martin saying, "Hey, what's going on?" Well, hey Jacob, hope you're doing good. I know Jason's recently collabed with Jacob on a top 10 biopic movie picks, so definitely go check that out on Jacob's channel. We've got Joe saying, "Awesome to see Norin stream. He's always supportive of the live stream." So yeah, well, hi Joe. Thanks for tuning in. Jacob says, "I'm not the only one who hasn't seen Breaking Bad." So Jacob's in that club, and Soph as well. Soph's in that club, yes. I'm glad it's not just me. And Jacob says, "I remember the video, Mike, where you told the story of when you met Michael J. Fox. If not mistaken, it was my first exposure to your channel." Oh, well, yeah. Well, thanks, Jacob. Yeah, I do like a series. I mean, I haven't done any in a while, but I do like a little series on my channel called The Day Of, or The Day I Met, sorry. And it's like when I met like Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, kind of that stuff. So definitely got something to do there. But yeah, if you want to know the full story, check out that video. We've also got Lego News saying, "This week, while watching the live stream, someone asked, when will Shrek 5 come out?" I said, "May Shrek 5 comes out on Thursday." Does it? I don't know. Is what comes out on Thursday?
Yeah, what comes out Thursday?
I don't know. I mean, has there been an announcement of Shrek 5? Does anyone know?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Heard of.
I'm not too into. I mean, I watch animation, but I'd like get the news update. Like horror, it's like the day of. I know what's going on.
That's fair. All right, well, Lego News, if you're still here, if you want to expand a little bit about that coming out on Thursday, then please do. But he says about the post-apocalyptic world and the zombie one, he says, "I wouldn't do any of those settings because I'm too much of a chicken and I don't know any survivor tips, but do like the right stories set in post-apocalyptic setting up war settings." Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like as Jason said, he said in the first 5 minutes you'd have to try find a group or someone to get onto. So yeah, that's fair. Ryan says, "Would you rather spend a week in the forest or a night in a real haunted house?" Forest any day of the week.
Forest.
Yeah. Jason?
I guess a forest. If I'm in a tent camping out, I guess that'd be fun.
Mike, how about you?
Yeah, forest. Yeah, definitely forest.
Yeah. Like, don't get us wrong, like I love horror like Norin does, and you guys like them to a degree as well, but yeah, I'm not going in the haunted house. I've watched too many. Especially
Is the forest haunted?
What question?
Yeah.
Is that what we're supposed to understand?
It didn't specify that, so I'm gonna go no.
Okay.
Jacob says, "What's funny is I used to hate E.T. as a kid, and now it's one of my favorite movies of all time."
Yeah, Jacob just did a live stream on his favorite 80s movies, and E.T. was number one. So I'm sorry, Jacob. I mentioned E.T., but
yeah, I saw that stream the other week as well. The other day actually with Rashad. Yeah, it was a very interesting stream.
Rashad has some. He has some talking to do with you. He says, Mike.
Oh, about the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but recently on my YouTube channel and stuff, I asked everyone to kind of give me a movie, and I'm going to watch like 100 movies for the first time ever. I watched The Lost Boys, and obviously, you know, you guys probably heard, like, you know, the movie gets a lot of hype. Everyone loves the movie. And I watched it, and I was like, yeah, this is a good movie, but I was like, it's overrated. Like, I didn't really get the full... I mean, you guys can disagree for sure, and I'd love to hear. But I just didn't get the full hype of like why it was so amazing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's because you have to maybe watch it a couple of times to fully embrace it, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, Mike, what's your thoughts on The Lost Boys?
Yeah, I mean, I had the same reaction as you did the first time I saw it. I thought it was okay, but I've seen it a few more times, and now I really love it. But I think also my girlfriend Zoe, it's one of her favorite movies, and she kept saying to me like, "Oh, you've got to watch it, and I thought it was okay the first time I watched it, but she made me watch it again and again until I liked it, and I don't know if maybe she's just kind of like forced me to like it, or I like it on my own terms. But yeah,
Yeah.
but I do like it now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have to check it out again. Oh, that's the case, because it sounds like maybe more than once, especially if it's like a first time watch. Whereas I mean, like yourself, Norin, I know you're a horror guy, so I'm assuming you like the movie.
Yeah, in terms of vampire films, it's not my favorite, but it's high up there. It's probably in the top 5, and mainly probably because of the soundtrack. I think the music's really good, the soundtrack, and just the ambiance. Like the colors, the way it looks. It has that really good nature to it, and I like that aspect of the film.
Right. Yeah, the soundtrack's awesome. I haven't got an issue with it. I've heard apparently one of the best vampire movies that I need to see is From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
You need to see that. That's probably like, oh my god, one of the best twist reveals I ever had when I first watched that movie.
Got the George Clooney movie?
George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino, I think, actually did a hand in writing the script and helping out with that one, and so did Robert Rodriguez. It's such an amazing film.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out because I've just never seen it, but like I had a suggestion a while ago from Rashad actually, and he's like, Mike, why don't you do like a first time watch kind of reaction like on your channel? Like you guys may have seen them, but I'm just like, I'd be boring. Like when I watch a movie, I'm not like, oh, whoa, like what's going on?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, who wants to watch that for half an hour? No one. But Jason, have you seen The Lost Boys?
I swear, I think I saw it when I was a kid, maybe, but I don't remember anything about it. So I'd have to watch it again to really remember anything about that movie.
Right.
I distinctly remember, it's something about vampires, but that's about all I can remember. So I don't know. It could be overrated. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. Well, I would love to know if you do watch it and what you think of that movie, because I can't be the only one who's had that thought. Mike said it was okay first time he watched it as well. So, yeah.
Just funny the way Rashad was going on about, I got to have words with Mike about, I think the whole overrated kind of triggered him.
Probably. But he's a big fan of the 80s though, so I think that's probably why.
Yeah, he loves those movies.
Right. We've got Jacob saying, a movie I used to love as a kid, but I don't as much now, is Chicken Little. I thought it was hilarious as a kid. Now I think it's insufferable. Yeah, I haven't seen it in many years, so I can't comment too much. Have you guys seen it recently?
I don't think I've seen it.
I've seen it. That's actually one of my wife's like favorite ones, just in terms of like going back, to your childhood, kind of remembering your teen years, kind of thing. She likes that one a lot. So I've seen that one. It's pretty funny. It still gets laughs out of me.
Get you. Oh, cool. Jason?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater and I thought it was pretty funny. I was actually enjoyed it. I know Jacob on his channel, he ranked every single Disney movie, animation movie, and Chicken Little was dead last on his list. So
wow.
No, he really does not like that movie. I was like, I don't remember it being that bad. I have to rewatch it. Maybe it doesn't hold up like it did when I first watched it, but I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad, but I don't know.
Yeah, same here, but I guess it is.
Maybe it is.
Norin and his wife, and they're like, nah, that's not happening. Joe says Three Ninjas is badass. Rocky, Tom, and Colt. Yeah, I say I know he definitely shows. His kids that a lot. So yeah, that's awesome. Soph says Ryan. Soph would do a haunted house. My house is haunted by a lovely ghost called Albert. Well, okay. Hope he's all right, Soph. Yeah. I've got Adam from What the Gym saying, "Hey guys, awesome to see Jason here." So hey Adam, hope you're doing good. Thanks for joining. Lego News says, for me, that movie I used to watch every time I come back from school was The Book of My Life, and looking back at that movie, it's good and enjoyable and a good love story. But I ask myself now, why did I do that? Okay. That's fair. Jacob says The Wizard of Oz was played with a lot of production issues. Yeah, I think I read about that when I did join Jacob on that channel. But he says multiple director swaps. The Tin Man got recast because the original actor was allergic to the suit, and the sleep powers was made from asbestos. Wow. Oh wow. Okay. And he says it's a miracle the film turned out so well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy. Especially with the Tin Man getting recast because he was allergic to the suit. I mean, like,
yeah,
what?
it was Buddy Epson originally from Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah,
I think.
Wow. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Surely they would have done a test and put them in the suit to try it out, right?
Yeah, I don't know how safe they were with all that back then, as far as the paint and the makeup, and as you said, that's asbestos. I guess they weren't as, I don't know, they didn't know as much, or they just didn't care as much about what they did to the actors. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. It's crazy though. Yeah, crazy. We've got Ryan saying Shrek 5 is supposed to be next year.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. I don't mind, especially the first couple of Shrek movies. I don't mind. But I mean, I don't know. Do you guys know anything about Shrek 5? Is it supposed to be a sequel or like a reboot to the whole thing, or? I haven't got a clue.
Don't know.
No.
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
No.
I think maybe now, because don't they have kids now, right? Their characters, I think they have children now. Maybe they'll do like one where they're like more grown up, like them having to kind of like a Parenthood type version.
Oh, okay. I'm not too sure.
Because it's been a while since the last one.
Right. I mean, that would make sense if it was more about the kids this time, and there's set it so many years after after the last one, sorry, and then have it as where obviously Shrek's the parents now and stuff like that. Yeah, that could work. I'd be intrigued to see it anyway.
Yeah.
So says I've never seen From Dusk to Dawn. I love Lost Boys. Death by Stereo. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I know there's a lot of love for Lost Boys, so maybe I'll have to just check that out again. But my review will be coming soon anyway. We've got Ryan says, would you guys rather live in the Matrix or in the dreams in Inception?
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a pretty good one.
Well, I've never seen The Matrix. I know, yet again, there's another movie I've not seen. So I'm going to go Inception, Enter Dreams. I think that would be cool. But yeah, what about you guys?
I'll probably go Matrix. Easy. I love the Matrix franchise. It's great. I have all 4 films right over here, and yeah, I'd probably choose Matrix. I like Inception though. It's really amazing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah, Inception's awesome. Jason, how about you?
Yeah. So if you live in the Matrix, you don't know that you're in the Matrix, and you're just living your regular life, so you don't even know anything's different. I guess.
Okay.
Or do I know that I'm in the Matrix and I can do kung fu? That would be kind of cool. If I'm in the Matrix and I can do kung fu, that would be cool. But
yeah.
Right. That's fair. Mike, how about you?
Yeah, I'd be the same. I'd live in the Matrix and just pretend that I don't know that I'm in the Matrix and just live my normal life and just pretend everything's okay.
Yeah, I've never seen the movies, but I've heard the first one's really, really good, and then kind of as a trilogy, as the trilogy as it was kind of goes a little bit askew kind of as it goes on. Then the newest one isn't as good. Is that right or not?
I was kind of the different spectrum with that. So I watched, I love all of them, and I used to actually like the second one more than the first one. To me, they're very top tier Matrix, the first 2. Okay. And I actually thought the newest one was better than the third one. And I really appreciated the way they tackled it. There's a lot of meta stuff in the film, so you have to be ready for that. So it's very kind of like Scream, very meta. It comments on itself, and you kind of just have to live in that world with them.
Get you. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, because I remember seeing the trailer for the latest one, Resurrections, quite a lot in the cinema, and I was like, this looks pretty cool. But I'd never seen any of them, so I was like, I can't really jump into the 4th movie at that point. And Mike, how would you rank the Beatrix movies?
Yeah, so I love the first movie. I spent a very long time not really liking the second and the third one. I spent years kind of hating them. But when the fourth one came out, I decided to rewatch them all, and I actually quite enjoy like the second and the third one now. I think they're pretty decent movies, and I really liked the fourth one. Yeah, I know most people have said they didn't like it at all. A lot of people have said they hated it, but I really liked it. A lot of the same. I have a lot of the same opinions as you, Norin. I thought the movie was quite clever, and there's a lot of like meta references and things like that. And yeah, I actually really liked it.
Get it. Oh, dude, awesome! Yeah, I think it's really cool sometimes when you go back and revisit like a movie or movie franchise, and you're like, oh, I don't like those installments, and then like as you know, Mike, like as you go on and you appreciate the movie more and more, like as it goes on,
Yeah,
I tend to actually like those movies, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when you said you had a hatred for them for a while.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to think that it's maybe kind of like an underrated franchise. I know that that first movie is like considered a a classic movie, but I feel like the sequels, they don't really get much love, but I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, Norin likes them as well. Jason, what's your thoughts on the Matrix?
Yeah, I remember coming out in 1999, I believe. Same year as Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And The Matrix was just groundbreaking for its time. I remember it won the Oscar for Best Special Effects. And the whole bullet time thing was like the coolest thing ever. Kind of invented something that's been used in a lot of other movies and TV shows ever since. So very influential to sci-fi and action movies. So it definitely has its place, I think. And it was so cool when I first saw it. It blew my brain, the whole idea that you're in the Matrix and there's these robots that are harvesting your energy or something. I mean, yeah, that was such a great idea. And then the second movie I absolutely loved when it came out. The action was so good. I think it gets a lot of criticism because there's definitely the CG is definitely very noticeable when he's fighting the mini Smiths. Like, I thought that was the coolest action scene ever. But of course, you see it now, you just need to go, oh man, that's some bad CGI. But
Yeah.
I didn't notice it as much at the time as I do now. But there's some great action sequences. That the ending though kind of kills the movie a little bit because it was so confusing, the ending part, and it didn't really give me closure. And then they bring in the third movie, and I thought the third movie was so disappointing. I just did not care for the third one, and the way it all ended, it just almost killed the whole trilogy for me. Where I have not cared to go back and watch it again because of that third movie. And I haven't seen the fourth one because I just have not cared about it because of that third movie, I think. And I haven't heard good things about the fourth movie, so I just avoided it so far. But yeah.
Get you. Yeah, that's fair. As Mike said, like for a while he didn't like the second or third movie, and he's got to appreciate it. And then as Norin said, he preferred the fourth one over the third one. So, yeah, I'd be intrigued to hear your thoughts. Definitely a series I want to check out at some point. Definitely the first one. But as you were saying, Jason, the thing is, if I watch it now, I'm probably going to be like, that's terrible CG. Like I'm not going to get the hype of like everyone's like, wow, one of the best action ever. I'm not going to be able to see that now, but I'm certainly intrigued to check it out. So yeah, awesome hearing you guys' thoughts about the Matrix. Kind of got me more hyped to check it out.
Cool.
So this next question, I'm going to read this part out first, because Soph says to the question I'm going to show in a second, she says, do you mean 100 times in a row? And Adam says yes. And the question is, would you rather watch your favorite film 100 times or listen to your favorite song 1,000 times? So I'm assuming 1,000 times is also in a row as well, by the way.
I'd probably go watch my favorite movie 100 times.
I think that's a tough one. Mike, what would you do?
I'd probably say the same. with music, when I listen to a song, I can't really listen to it for a little while after. I can't just listen to it again. But it would be a lot quicker doing that, like listening to your favorite song like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true, yeah.
because like if your favorite movie is like if it's 3 hours long, it's gonna take you like 3,000 hours or whatever to.
Mine is, yeah. My favorite movie is 3 hours long.
Mine too.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think it's a tough one because, like, as you say, like the movies are always going to last longer. I mean, like Back to the Future, that's like two and a bit hours or so, or near enough 2 hours. So, yeah, I don't know. I think with Jason, what would you do?
Yeah, I think I just because of the time limit, you have to go with the song because the song would take me 3-4 minutes to listen to. I think watching a movie for 100 times, man, I think by the second or third time you get tired of it. But
yeah,
but especially like when it ends, it's straight back to the beginning of the movie, and
it's like repeat. It's like
that sounds kind of even for a good movie, but.
But then, like what Mike was saying about the song, though, like I'll listen to a song in the gym and I'll like rewind like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, oh, I love it. But then after that, I'm a bit like, all right, that's it. I'm off it now. So then, like 1,000 times. I'm gonna go movie. Screw it. I'm gonna go Back to the Future. I'm setting it on. I'll be fed up. I probably want to chop my half arm off after the movie, but I'll take it. But thank you for the question, Adam. That was a good one, actually. I like that. Let's have a look. Soph says in reply, she says, my favorite film's Titanic, and that's a long ass movie. Yeah. So maybe my favorite song, which is Unchained Melody. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a nice. And Adam says it's an awesome choice as well. So yeah, it's really good. Leon New says, what I meant by that was She-Hulk. So I'm just going to see if I can go back to his comment.
Oh, She-Hulk is Shrek 5.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, okay, because she's green. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is said because She-Hulk looks like Shrek's wife and Hulk looks like a buffed up Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. Have any of you guys seen the first episode of She-Hulk?
No, it just came out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
Nah, same here. I've heard it's meant to be okay from what I've heard, actually. But I think the Marvel series just always start off with the first episode's always really good and gets you interested. Then it kind of like dips a little bit, and then towards the end it tries to pick itself back up. So I'm not sure if it would follow that experience. But yeah, we've also got another question from Ryan who says, what is one of your worst experiences you've had in a theater? Okay, well, I've got one straight away, but Jason, do you want to go first?
Worst experience. I don't know if I had like something I'd call the worst experience. I kind of remember going to see Megamind.
Oh, yeah.
The animation movie with Will Ferrell. And I'm trying to remember. I remember I think they started the movie, but there was no sound or something. And the worst feeling is, to me, I'm like the guy that like I'm sitting there looking around like, okay, something's wrong. Who's going to go up and talk to somebody? And I'm never the guy to go up and talk to anybody. So I was like, I'm just going to sit there and watch this movie with no sound because I don't know why I get too much anxiety to get up and talk to somebody. So the idea of getting up and talking to somebody, that works there and is like, hey, something's wrong. The anxiety of that is so much that I'm like, I'm just going to watch this movie with no sound. And you're just like, you're hoping somebody is going to take the initiative and stand up and do something, or someone will figure it out. So you're just sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm watching this movie. And then I think somehow, I don't know if they figured it out. And so then they have to stop the movie and then like go back and replay the movie again, I think. So now I'm watching the movie again from the beginning, but now with like maybe sound or something. But then I think the movie quit somewhere in the movie and I never finished the movie. and they just had to give me like a free movie pass, and like I could come back and watch another movie or something. And
Wow.
I don't know if that counts as a bad experience, but I mean, it was frustrating.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing worse than like when there's like something wrong with like the picture quality or like the sound, as you said, and then restart the movie and then like that to cut out. Yeah, like I can't imagine it being worse. Mike, what's your kind of worst experience?
Yeah, so I've been asked this question a few times, and I count myself very lucky that I've never really had like a really bad experience, but I did have one earlier this year, which is pretty much exactly the same as Jason's, and I went to see a movie called Vortex, and it's a French movie, and when the movie started and all the characters were talking, there was no subtitles, and it was like the exact same experience. Like everyone was kind of like looking at each other, like where's the subtitles? Is there meant to be subtitles? Or
Right.
and I was just kind of sitting there thinking, like, is anyone going to go up and say something? And eventually, someone did, and they stopped the movie. And one of the staff members came in and said, "Oh, we're having trouble with the subtitle track, so just bear with us." And eventually, they tried it again and it still didn't work, and then someone came in and said, "Oh, we can't fix it, so we're gonna have to cancel the screening." So I got a refund and I got a free ticket, but yeah, it was just kind of annoying how I had to go all that way to the cinema or the movie theater, and I couldn't see the movie.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than when you took that time out as well, if you did go see that movie and then find out the subtitle track isn't working.
Yeah.
Like it's most, especially because like it was Vortex. I've never heard of it. Is it a foreign?
Yeah, it's so it's a French movie. It's by a director called Gaspar Noé. He's made some very
Climax.
sort of
That was a good movie.
Yeah, Climax, Irreversible, Enter the Void. Some very quite controversial movies, but this one is more of like a drama. But yeah, it's a French movie, and it just couldn't get any subtitles for it. But there was one person in the audience who actually could speak French and understand French, and she said, like, I don't mind staying. I don't need the subtitles. I'll watch the movie. But, yeah,
There's nothing wrong here.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's handy for like the one person in the movie theater, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know if they actually kept the movie on for that person?
I think they possibly did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I think they said like we'll play the movie anyway. So if anyone wants to stay and watch it, then you can. But I think most people left because obviously they couldn't understand the movie.
Right. Wow, that's awesome. Norin, what's your kind of worst experience you've had?
I guess I'm pretty blessed too, because I haven't really had a bad experience. But I guess one when I think it was either Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets or Prisoner of Azkaban. It was one of the early Harry Potter films, and it was just everybody was full. Like all the seats were full, so we had to get like the very front row in the middle, and like it's where you're just kind of like you have to sit and keep your head all the way back. And the theater was like really hot too, so that didn't help. So it's just like you're sitting there like this, and I'm just like, oh my god, everybody's like sweating. You could kind of like smell everybody and stuff. So that was probably my worst experience. It was a good movie. Like I liked the movie, but it just because like by the end of it, you're just so uncomfortable. You're like, I want to leave now.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, there's nothing worse than being sweating in the movie theater at all. Like, it's one of the worst experiences like ever. Yeah, I think for me, like mine was it last year that Jungle Cruise came out? Was it 2021?
I believe so. Yeah, that was the one with Emily Blunt, right?
Right, that's the one. Yeah. So I was thinking it might have been last year. So yeah, like obviously, you guys know this. Like when you go to a cinema or a movie theater, they always show like trailers before the movie. So I always try to time it where I might catch like just the end of the trailer, so I'm in like maybe 2 minutes and then the movie's about to start.
Oh, really?
Sometimes, or like if I haven't been like, for example, like today when I went to go see Dragon Ball, I haven't been in the cinemas for weeks. So I thought, I'm going to sit through. I'm just going to watch all the trailers that they're going to show. But I always get there early, regardless. So I got Jungle Cruise. I was thinking, oh well, it's still got about 5 minutes to go at least for the trailers, and then it's going to start. Well, actually, no, they decided to start the movie early. So I missed like maybe the first like 2 minutes of the movie. So I was like, I can manage that, not too bad. I was like, kind of near the back anyway. So as I was going in, there was a couple right next to like the row seats. Then there was like one empty seat. Then there was this random guy like by himself. Then there was like 2 empty seats, and then there was like 3 teenage girls on the end. So my seat was next to these 3 teenage girls. So I went into the row. I've shared the story before, so if anyone knows this, then they know where it's going. But anyway, so I went into the row, and I was about to sit down, obviously next to the teenage girl, because that was where my seat was. And then the random guy was like, do you not want to sit next to me, mate? I was like, nah, my seat's right here. Like, what if someone wants to come in, Like, obviously, I'm a little bit late. Never mind if someone else comes in, right? So anyway, I take my seat, didn't say anything else. So as it goes on, and I'm not kidding, I maybe saw the first minute of when I sat down and watched that movie, the teenage girl that was next to me would like get her phone out like every second, right? And she would have like the phone screen on like this as well, so the bright light like that. Then she'd press the lock button and it would go away. 30 seconds later,
Oh, no.
and I had that for the entire movie, right? So at one point I was going to say to this girl, I was like, look, would you mind putting your phone away? But I found out that the random guy who said to me, like, do you want to sit next to him, must have been like her dad. So because he was like looking over at one point, like he like leaned in like this, and then like she looked back at him. So he must have been playing like the cool dad role. Like he was not there, but he was there at the cinema. so I had like this light flashing from here, like her side. And what made it worse, when she didn't flash the phone, her dad flashed the phone like this as well, and then turned it off.
No.
Oh wow!
So I saw the movie to an extent, but that's my worst experience I've ever had. Never again. I've always wanted to do like a video on my channel of like a reenactment of that, but I don't know how I play 4 parts in one thing. Maybe I can figure it out. But thank you for the question, Ryan. Soap says, when I saw X in the cinema, there was a bloke behind us who had a really obnoxious laugh when it wasn't even funny. Oh, okay. I've never seen X. Have you guys seen X?
Not yet, no.
Yeah. It's great. I've been kind of like recently I've been kind of on a Ty West kick. So I watched X, House of the Devil, The Sacrament, and there's another movie he did too. And I watched it. I can't remember now. But The Innkeepers. That was the other one. I brought the Blu-ray, but that one was kind of like the weakest one. But X is really good. A lot of good subtext and themes. Really good.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know that they're making a prequel. Is it Pearl? Is
Pearl,
right?
yeah, it comes out in September. Yeah, he has 2 movies. He filmed them back to back. So they did X, and then like they stayed an extra 2 weeks, and they filmed Pearl like right after that as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I might have to check out X. I've heard mixed things about it, but it's A24, isn't it?
Yeah, it's A24. Yeah,
that's why I'm mixing them in general. So.
they're always divisive.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree. We've got a cinematic tendency here as well. So hey, cinematic, hope you're doing good. He says, I love the twins in Matrix 2.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you can't comment on this. I don't know what
The Bino twins or whatever.
they're like, yeah, like those ghosts, old twins, like they're old programs from a previous Matrix, and now they're in this one, but they can do like kind of phasing out and going through walls and stuff. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm really gonna have to watch this series now. I have no idea what you guys want about. We've got Lego News saying the worst experience that they've ever had is I had to go see Teen Titans go to the movies because I was the only teen there, and the cinema was full of babies, and it pissed me more off because my mom made me watch it with my little sister. Oh wait, that was the wrong one. Hold on, it keeps going the story.
Keep going.
It was a school trip to watch Peter Rabbit And then when we were about to watch it, they accidentally played a Stupid Girl and Bear movie, and I was like, "What the hell is this crap?" What?
Okay.
What? Do you guys know a girl movie with a bear? I don't.
No.
Oh, hold on, we've got one more
Right.
comment.
I don't know.
He says, "But they put Peter Rabbit on, and it was fine, but sucked in the worst experience I've ever had." Oh, okay. That sounds like a wacky story. That one for what?
Isn't it the worst when you go to a movie and you see a bunch of? I mean, to me, the worst is when I go see a PG-13 movie. I don't want to see little kids in the theater. I don't know. That bothers me every time I go, and I'm thinking, oh man, like how am I going to enjoy this movie? I know there's these little kids next to me, and they're going to ruin the movie. I don't know. It's to me the worst. Yeah,
absolutely agree. Like the other week, I went to go see that DC League of Super Pets, and I don't know if I mentioned this in my review, but literally where I was sat, straight away when I went into the movie theater, I got in there early, and there was loads of kids and stuff. So I was like, this is not going to be a quiet screen, and like at all. And then what made it worse though is like the row below me, there was like two older women and maybe like two kids. And at random times throughout the movie, they would put the flashlight on the mobile phone and like shine it around the cinema. And I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know. I just have bad experiences with people on their phone in the movies. I don't know about you guys. It's nothing worse. We've got Cinematic saying, I haven't seen any of Gaspino's movies, but I've heard they're kind of hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's mainly because like the cinematography and stuff, and then he even does these subtle things with like audio cues and sound that you can only hear at certain hertz, and it's designed to make you kind of feel uncomfortable, but if you commit and you get to the end, it really pays off usually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the movie that, because I didn't know who he was until you guys have mentioned it, the movie that I've had for a while I've wanted to watch is that Irreversible. That's the one that I've always been intrigued by.
That's probably his most difficult film to get through.
Definitely, I would agree too. But it was like I was mid watching that movie, and I looked at my wife like probably about 30 minutes into the movie because I was just watching it and she was just hanging with me, not really paying attention. And then I talked to her, and I was like, I'm not gonna like this movie. And then by the time we got to the end of the movie, I looked at her and I was like, I freaking like this movie.
Yeah,
it was so weird.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that one though. So yeah, but as you were saying, like he usually tries to make like controversial kind of movies. So yeah, I'm intrigued. Rudy says, "Is anyone getting Elvis on 4K? I'm getting this slip because I'm not a Steelbook guy. Either way, I'll get this slip though because Steelbook is trash." Okay. No, are any of you guys getting Elvis on 4K?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard really good things. But I'll probably watch it first before I like pick it up.
Right. Yeah, I think for me, like I wouldn't get it on 4K. Like I like the movie and I'd watch it again, but like I want to try out movies in my collection that I really like and love those movies, and I'd watch them time and time again. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I've not seen it yet either. I'll probably check it out first, and if I really like it, I might get it on 4K. But if not, I probably won't bother.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, and Jason, what about you?
I need to watch it first, like
oh wow, okay,
like everybody else says. I'm hoping it comes on HBO Max at some point. I can stream it, but
yeah, I think I heard somewhere that it's coming to digital very soon.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know, maybe HBO Max even. Or I'm not sure. But I think I heard it's getting like a release because I was thinking, oh, it's pretty quick. Like after the cinema, it's just been on, you know. But I might be wrong. Retro Girl says, I had Boys in the Hood on 4K arrived today. Anyone else ordered it? Never seen the movie, so no.
No, I haven't ordered it. I think the only thing I got recently was I got the Heat 4K.
Oh,
I got
okay.
that one. And then I got
I'm saying I heard about that getting a release, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got this movie today from Severin. Perdita Durango, and this is starring Rosie Perez and Javier Bardem, and it's kind of like a Mexican version of Natural Born Killers. It's pretty wild.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of it. I like Javier Bardem though, so I'm not sure. Mike, are you getting Boys in the Hood 4K?
I've already got it on 4K. I don't know if it's maybe had like a new steelbook or something, or it's had some sort of new release. But I already own the movie on 4K. It's one of my favorites. I love that movie.
Get you. Yeah, it's awesome. Like one thing I found is like once they're starting to release the older movies on 4K, like give it like a month and then they'll release like a steelbook version of it.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Like an Ultimate Collector's Edition or whatever.
Yeah, they do that like to test the waters. Like they'll like put out the Blu-ray and all the normal stuff first, and then if it sells enough, they're like, oh, people like it, and then like you said, like a few months down the line, it's here's the 4K, here's the steelbook.
Yeah, literally that's the case. Jason, have you seen Boys in the Hood?
I haven't seen it.
No, okay. So it's not just me. Okay, that's fair. Well, Retro Girls, I hope that you enjoyed the movie. Glad to see you on 4K. If you're still watching, let us know if it's like, as Mike was saying, is it like an upgrade steelbook version or anything special to it? Let us know. Soap says Fisherman's Friends 2 is out tomorrow. Will you be seeing it? I love the first one. I can comment in a second, but Mike, you going to see the second one, or have you seen the first one?
No, I've never seen the first one. To be honest, I don't really know what it is. What Fisherman's Friends is. I don't know. Is it like an anime? Yeah,
never heard of it.
Not sure.
Yeah.
So I've seen the first one, and before I was going into it, Mike, is I didn't know a lot about it either. I just saw the trailer and I was like, oh, it looks kind of like a feel good kind of movie, and like with elements of comedy. And basically, it's just about like all these fishermen decide to kind of form a band, because they're all pretty good singers. And the first movie is kind of about them doing this, and then like their local town, like really get behind them and try to get them like onto like a record label because they think they're like wasted singers just singing out like and singing in pubs and stuff like that. So that's kind of what the first movie is, and then the second one, it's been a couple of years since they actually did the first movie, and I think the second one's mainly just about the same thing, like how they're getting on with their journey now that they got a record label and like stuff like that. It's based on a true story.
Okay.
Wow.
But the only thing I'd say to you guys is, if you do watch the first movie, don't watch the trailer for the second one, because for Halloween Kills, it literally shows the entire movie. So I'm gonna go into that tomorrow and be like, right, well, I already know how this ends.
Yeah.
So yeah, it comes out tomorrow here in the UK anyway. So yeah, so I'll be seeing that. I like the first one, but yeah, the other guys haven't seen it from what they said. Rudy says Reservoir Dogs is the best Quentin Tarantino movie and a second favorite film ever. Yeah, I've only ever seen 2 Tarantino movies ever, and that is Death Proof and Reservoir Dogs, and Reservoir Dogs was far better than that one. But Norin, what were you saying? You see that you agree?
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is my favorite, and a close second would probably be Inglourious Bastards. Those are probably my 2 top Tarantino films.
Right. I've heard a lot about Inglourious and I've just never seen it. Mike, what about yourself?
Yeah, I like Reservoir Dogs. It's not my favorite Tarantino film, but I do really like that movie. I think my favorite's probably Pulp Fiction, and then Inglourious Bastards. That's awesome. But you mentioned Death Proof, and that's probably one of my most hated movies. I can't gel with that movie at all.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Like, I watched it like a while ago, and I thought like it had some like cool kills and stuff. But besides that, I didn't think it was that great.
Yeah.
So, glad it's not just me.
Yeah.
Have you seen Tarantino movies?
You know, Tarantino is a very interesting filmmaker. His movies are probably a little more violent than I like. A little too much cursing that I like. So, like, I don't know. I'm not like a big Tarantino guy, and I know most people love Tarantino. But I do think his filmmaking, some of the stuff he does, is very interesting. I think he does a lot in good performances. I think Pulp Fiction, story-wise, is such an interesting movie, and the way they edit it is, I really love the way they do that. Some of the subject matter I'm not crazy about in Pulp Fiction, but I do love the performances of like Samuel Jackson. I think is so good, and so it's a fun movie to watch, but it's not one I go back to just because of the subject matter, I would say. But I really do like saying that. I do like. Now I'm forgetting the name of the movie. Is Durango? Is it Durango? Was Django? Django Unchained.
Django Unchained, yep.
I really like Django Unchained though. I think that was a really good movie, and I love Christoph Waltz's performance, Leonardo DiCaprio, of course with Jamie Foxx. I mean, and it's like the one movie where you watch and it's about slave owners and slaves revolting kind of a little bit against the slave owners. And it's one of those movies where I'm watching and I'm like, yeah, kill those white people. And I'm a white person. And I don't say that very often when I'm watching a movie, but I'm like, yeah, kill those white people. So it made me think that way. So I think, yeah, I really got behind Django in that movie and his story and everything. So I think the movie's maybe a little too long. I wish it was a little shorter maybe. But the action is really well done, I think, in that one.
Yeah. Now that you actually mention it, I've seen Django Unchained. So I've seen 3 narrative movies. I was thinking, like, I know there's one with Jamie Foxx, and I was like, is it that one? But you've solidified it is that one. Yeah, I like that movie. I mean, that's a pretty good one. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, like some of the like it is a little bit too long. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. Soph says the only Tarantino movies that she's seen is Kill Bill. The Kill Bill movies.
That's a great one. Those are great.
They're actually on my list of the 100 movies. So
both of them are, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never seen them. Rody says, is it just me who likes the first Minions movie? Yeah. For me, anyway, yeah, it's just you. What do you guys think of Minions?
I'm like probably a fan of Despicable Me. Like my son watches it a lot, so I can watch the first 2 like Despicable Me movies, but then after that they get kind of redundant.
Okay, yeah. Mike?
I've not seen any of them, so I can't comment.
Okay. Well, just to Norin, very quickly, Norin, what you're saying, I've heard like Despicable Me is like really good, but then like the Minions solo movies aren't good. But yeah, Jason, have you seen Minions or Despicable Me?
Yeah, I love Despicable Me. I think that's a great animation movie. And the Minions are such great side characters to the main character where you can, they even do little funny things in the background that if you pay attention. And so, yeah, when I first saw Despicable Me, it's like the Minions are my favorite part of that movie, or one of my favorite parts at least. And they're just really funny characters. Obviously they took off, and unfortunately now they're like the main characters, and I think they're funnier as side characters than they are as the main characters. So I saw the first Minion movie, but I don't remember thinking it was that great, if I remember right. And I haven't seen the last one, but I think they definitely oversaturated the market with Minions. And Minions are everywhere.
Right.
And so I think everybody's getting kind of tired of Minions, but yet I still love the Minions in the first movie. So,
yeah, I think I would agree with you in terms of like being a bit oversaturated. Yeah, because I think I've heard that they're making another movie to this like next one they've just released. Yeah. So Norin and like you guys, I can't comment on Despicable Me because I've never seen them, but my introduction was Minions, just the movie. And it was terrible. So I was like, that's enough for me.
That's enough.
But maybe that's me being a bit harsh, though, maybe it's Despicable Me I might really enjoy, but not sure. So Norin, Jason, would you guys say Minions is worth watching, or at least Despicable Me?
I would say the first 2 are definitely worth the watch for sure. I like the first 2. Minions, it's like cheap laugh jokes, so it's not that interesting.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think first one is really, really great. I love the first one. Second one's pretty good too. It's not bad. A lot of good stuff in that one. I didn't think the third one was that good though. Despicable Me 3. It's kind of a forgettable movie. Yeah, and then the Minions I didn't think was very good, if I remember right.
Yeah, as you say though, that oversaturation as such, I guess, or maybe running out of ideas. But
yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Cinematic says, I've been intrigued by Irreversible 2, plus I like Vincent Cassel. Yeah, it's not just myself, man. Yeah, it seems like it's a good movie. So says, I love both Kill Bill movies. They were great. And Cinematic says, Kill Bill is my favorite Tarantino movie / movies. Story, music, score, action, homages, you name it. Yeah, Cinematic was the one who actually put them on my list to watch the first two movies. So yeah, definitely I can see where you come from. So yeah, just while we wait for maybe a couple more comments to come through, I'm going to go through to each one of you guys. I'm going to start with Mike. So Mike, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what videos you've got coming up on your channel?
I'm not too sure at the moment. I tend to be quite impulsive with my videos. So like, I don't know, like it could be tomorrow. I could just suddenly think of a topic and I'll film it and upload it straight away. So
yeah.
I'm not too sure. I know, like, for a while now, I've been concentrating on movies that I've picked up on Blu-ray, and I've done some unboxing videos, but I don't really have anything like that in the pipeline. So I might try concentrate more on just like maybe talking more just about movies in general. I'm not really too sure on what yet, but like I might do some ranking videos. Maybe like my favorite directors, my favorite actors, or just my favorite movies in general. Yeah, I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, well, whatever you've got coming out next, man, I'm looking forward to it. You know, if it's like talking about your directors or actors, whatever it is. I'm really intrigued about what movies you've been picking up as well recently. So I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, you can always find them at the end of every month. That's when I do the pickup videos. So it's a guarantee that I'll always have those videos coming out at the end of the month. Sweet.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, we'll look forward to it. And the links to Mike's channel's in the description box below. Please go subscribe to him. Norin, what videos have you got coming out very soon?
Well, I'm going to be pretty much all going over the stuff I received because I got Heat and that Perdita Durango. I just have to watch that one, so I'll talk about it and review it. And then I have this one as well, which is Arrow Video Giallo Essentials. It has 3 Italian horror films in here. It's the yellow edition, so I've seen 2 of them. So once I watch the third one, I'm going to do like a going over the box and reviewing the films and stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sweet, dude. Yeah, I've never seen that box ever, so I don't even know what you.
It's sweet. Oh yeah, it's so they got 3 films in here, and there's a yellow one, a red one, and a black edition with all different films. And in here they have Torso, Strip Nude for Your Killer, and What Have They Done to Your Daughters. And they're all very kind of sleazy Italian films, but they're all done with like really good music, and like the killer's usually a male. It doesn't have to be, but the killer's usually a male, and he's like hunting down females. That's typically the formula.
Right. Okay, yeah. And have you enjoyed the 2 movies so far you've seen?
I like them a lot. Yeah, like I'm into that kind of stuff and everything. And yeah, the 2 that I've seen, the only one I have to watch is Strip Nude for Your Killer. But What Have They Done to Your Daughters was my favorite one so far.
What a name of a title of a movie, though, right?
They get wild. Italian titles, they're wild. They're really long and they're wild.
Get right to the point, I guess. Yeah.
Right. Well, you can catch all that stuff over on Norin's channel. Please go subscribe to the links in the description.
Thank you.
Some awesome stuff and some awesome unboxings as well. And Jason, what are you working over on your channel?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm trying to get through this, what I call the movie gauntlet. Each episode, I've been just trying to get through as many movies as I can. And also I'm trying to do some TV shows and kind of just talking about what I've watched over this last year. Because I have the Letterboxd app. I don't know if you guys have that. Where every time I watch a movie, I usually try to go on there and I write like maybe a paragraph review, and star rate it. anyways, and of course it keeps it on your diary of like all the movies you watched. And so I kind of just went on there and just wrote down all the movies I've watched over the last year, and I kind of have a list. And so so I'm trying to get through all of them just to get my thoughts on everything I've seen over the last year. Basically, and once I catch up with that, I can then just start talking about just movies I've seen recently, you know, and just do a couple movies each week, maybe, you know, that I've seen on. Usually I don't go to the movie theater really. I just watch stuff on streaming. So all the stuff I'm watching isn't brand new, but it's like new to me. So, but yeah, just getting a lot. So I'm trying to get through that. That's like my big project, trying to get through all these movies as fast as possible. Anyways,
right.
That kind of stuff.
Dude, that's awesome. No, like I've been really enjoying it. The movie gauntlet you're going through, and like just the sheer amount of movies you got to catch up on, like it's crazy. So yeah, I mean, over on Jason's channel, you can expect to see that. Like he talks a lot about music and stuff as well, going ranking every Beatles song as well at the moment. So yeah, you can expect to see that. So please go subscribe to all my guests. We have got 2 more comments here. We've got Lego News saying, "What is the movie you missed the hype towards? For me, it's Avengers: Infinity War and No Way Home." Good picks.
What does he mean, miss the hype?
I think he means is in terms of like going into the movie, like you've maybe seen a trailer that much, you're like really excited to go see that movie, or when it streams or whatever. Because like Infinity War had so much like hype building that movie up, or like No Way Home because of all the cameos and stuff like that.
So it's a movie you weren't hyped for, or?
Yeah. So you said like, what movie do you miss the hype for? For me, I would say the Batman. I remember like when the Batman came out this year, I saw the trailer so many times. I watched it like over and over again. I was like, I'm really excited for this movie. And then ever since, I haven't really had that like excitement going into a movie. I've just been like, oh, you know, I'm going to take it for what it is. So yeah, for me, the Batman. Don't know about you guys.
Ooh, I'll probably go. My favorite hype period going into a movie, and I knew about this movie for like 4 years before it came out. So it was a long time checking up on stuff for this movie, but it was Star Wars Rogue One. Every time there was news, every time there was an interview or a teaser, trailer, TV spot, I was all over it, like white on rice. I was on that, and when I saw the movie, it was just as amazing.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good movie. Been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, like you were saying, like 4 years you were hyped to check that movie out. Mike, how about yourself?
I think the last time I was really, really hyped for a movie was probably Star Wars: Force Awakens, just because it was exciting to see a new Star Wars film with the original cast. But ever since then, I try not to get too hyped for movies these days because I was a little bit disappointed in the end with The Force Awakens. So I try to keep my expectations quite low with movies these days.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, a lot of movies, yeah, like they do usually like underperform or like don't meet expectations. So yeah, get you. Jason, have you thought of one?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about the Jurassic World trilogy or whatever you want to call it. And total, I don't know. I'm such a huge fan of Jurassic Park from 1993. I mean, I saw that when I was a kid and it scared me to death. And it was like the most amazing movie ever when I saw it in theater. And when they came out with Jurassic World, I don't know, I wasn't quite as hyped up as other people necessarily, even though I was a fan of Jurassic Park. I just thought it was like a cash grab kind of thing. And Jurassic World was fine, and the sequel was fine, but I was not crazy about Jurassic World or The Last Kingdom. And then the third one come out, and I'm just like I don't know if I want to go see it. But then once I saw the original members, like Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, that got me. It's like, man, you got me. I don't know. Like I wasn't gonna go see it, but when I saw those three in the trailer, I was like, oh, I gotta go see it now because I gotta go see those original. If it wasn't for the original actors coming back, I probably wouldn't go see Jurassic World Dominion. But
Right.
because they were in the trailer, I was like, okay, I have to go see this movie now. And I was vastly disappointed with the movie, but so it's like, man, they got me. Like, I shouldn't have gone see it, but I had to because of my love for Jurassic Park. But
yeah, and especially like how they were saying, like, you know, it all comes to an end and bringing them originally in for a reason, you know. Yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from. Yeah, some good picks, and thanks for the question, Lego News. And Soph says, I really enjoyed the stream. You guys are legends. Well, so thanks, Soph.
Thanks,
so nice.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's going to wrap up Z Talks episode 17. So I just want to thank Jason at Jason the Old Millennial, Mike at his channel Cinema Axeman, and Norin from his channel Norin Radd89.
Thank you.
Watching live or after the fact. The links to all three of my guests are in the description box below, so please go subscribe to them. And yeah, until next time, guys, we will see you later. So thanks, everyone.